Well, good morning. Welcome back to At First Glance. My name is Jared Wasson.
And I'm Pastor Michael Miller, and it is the Easter season.
It is the Easter season, and
We're excited to be there.
This is a little behind the scenes. We're all wearing black today because today we are recording on Good Friday, and that's a great day to record anything. So if I look like a pastor, I'm sorry. That's the pastor. I'm just Jared.
Good to see you, Jared.
Good to see you, Pastor. How are you?
I'm pretty good.
Good. We got a good reading today, but first, we're heading into the Easter season of readings.
We are.
What does that mean?
It means that for 7 weeks, 7 weeks, 50 days, 7 times 7 is 49, plus Pentecost Day.
Mm-hmm.
Is the 50-day season. So we celebrated Lent or observed Lent for 40 days, and now we're into the resurrection. So that deserves more, right?
It does, by
so
10.
We give it 50. 50 days to celebrate what is the most amazing announcement of grace that we have.
Absolutely. Most important moment in all of human history.
So it changes the world, it changes our lives, and so we celebrate every year for 50 days. And the season, the Sundays after, or the Sundays of Easter, we should say, Sundays in Easter. Sundays of Easter.
More into theology than I am to grammar, Pastor.
Well, the interesting thing is that in Lent,
You look
the
forward.
Sundays
Go ahead.
are small celebrations of the resurrection. So they're not counted as part of the 40 days
Interesting.
of Lent. They're outside of that. So you speak about the Sundays in Lent and the Sundays of Easter.
Of Easter, that makes sense.
So the grammar does make a difference.
Got me there. Look at that. Theologian and English professor. What a guy. You must read a lot.
I
know
try
you
to.
do. I know you do.
I try to.
You're being humble. Well, good. So it's nice that coming into Lent, we were looking forward. Going into Easter season, we're looking back on the resurrection. But it's all focused towards Christ.
And so I mean, all of the Gospels are resurrection appearances. Well, not entirely, actually.
Well, all right.
Now that I stop to think about it.
Maybe that's something we can talk about as we go on for these readings
I
and
think
talk
we can.
about why it's an Easter reading.
Mm-hmm.
That might be a good idea.
And then Acts is a set of readings for the season of Easter because we're reflecting on what the impact is of the resurrection on the disciples, the apostles who were sent out, and
Of course.
the power of that resurrection life that changes their world.
Absolutely. Well, let's get into this reading today.
Okay.
All right. We are reading today from John chapter 20, verses 19 to 31. On the evening of that day, the first day of the week, the doors being locked where the disciples were for fear of the Jews, Jesus came and stood among them and said to them, "Peace be with you." When he had said this, he showed them his hands and his side. Then the disciples were glad that when they saw the Lord. Jesus said to them again, "Peace be with you. As the Father has sent me, even so I am sending you." And when he had said this, he breathed on them and said to them, "Receive the Holy Spirit. If you forgive the sins of any, they are forgiven. If you withhold forgiveness from any, it is withheld." Now Thomas, one of the 12, called the twin, was not with them when Jesus came. So the other disciples told him, "We have seen the Lord." But he said to them, Unless I see in his hands the mark of the nails, and place my finger into the mark of the nails, and place my hand into his side, I will never believe. 8 days later, his disciples were inside again, and Thomas was with them. Although the doors were locked, Jesus came and stood among them and said, "Peace be with you." Then he said to Thomas, "Put your finger here and see my hands. Put your hand and place it in my side. Do not disbelieve, but believe." Thomas answered him, "My Lord and my God." Jesus said to them, "Have you believed because you have seen me? Blessed are those who have seen and yet have not seen and yet believed. Now Jesus did many other signs in the presence of the disciples, which are not written in this book, but these are written so that you may believe that Jesus is the Christ, the Son of God, and that by believing you may have life in his name.
There's a lot going on.
There's a lot going on here, and I think it's kind of funny. I imagine the first time Jesus comes to disciples, maybe Thomas is out grocery shopping or something, and he comes back, with the bread. And the disciples are like, Thomas, you missed it. Jesus was right here. And he's like, nuh-uh. And then, of course he says, unless I put my fingers in the holes in his hands and my hand in his side, I'm not going to believe. And then I imagine Peter looks at him and goes, Thomas, that's a little much, don't you think? and then we have this part. 8 days later, the disciples were inside again, and Thomas was with them. I just imagine, bum, 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 Jesus. And then Jesus is like, Tommy, right? Put him there. And it's such a funny thing to me. But I imagine for Thomas, it was very scary because he was so sure that this Jesus was dead that he didn't believe all of his friends telling him that he was back. I think that's just a wild story.
Yep. Good retelling. I like that.
Thank you. It's my favorite part.
Yeah.
Of that reading. But we have another.
Yeah, and I mean, and the thing is, I guess one of the things that stands out to me in this always is the doors are locked.
The doors are locked.
They're closed.
For fear
They're
of the
locked.
Jews.
The disciples are terrified. They've seen what happened to Jesus. Now it could happen to them.
Yeah.
And then he's there, standing
Oof.
among them.
Which means our resurrected bodies, we can teleport, which is cool.
Say that?
Which means when our resurrected bodies, we can teleport.
Yeah. He seems to be able to. And
Something
yet,
to look forward to.
Thomas is able to touch the wounds.
Yes.
He's
not spirit. He's flesh, and that's important.
But
that
doors
he's really
don't stop him.
No, doors don't stop him. One of the, I think, most important pieces of this is that we remember Jesus had just been crucified, and all of his disciples abandoned him. And what Jesus comes back and he says, peace be with you. Whew, that sends shivers down my spine. What a greeting after having betrayed your friend and completely left aside. We know that Silent Saturday, they go back to work. They're on Sabbath, but then after that they're back at work again, doing their old trades. And then for him to come back and just with forgiveness immediately and love, what a moment.
Yeah. And he says it more than once.
He does.
Twice the first time, and then that's how he greets Thomas. Peace be with you. Yeah, and it's still the first day of the week, so I mean that's the resurrection day.
Yeah.
This is later in that day, so Mary Magdalene in John's Gospel has experienced the empty tomb, and then has talked and engaged with Jesus. She goes and tells the disciples, but they're like Thomas.
Right.
They're like, right.
Right.
So, hiding in fear, now he encounters them correctly.
And it's such an interesting reading. I mean, Jesus is back. I assume his disciples are just dumbfounded, even though he told them this was going to happen a bunch of times. Well, they're kind of dense, as we know, just like we are. Immediately he comes back, he says, peace be with you, and then he sends them on mission right away. There's no waiting around with this guy. He says, peace be with you. As the Father has sent me, even so I'm sending you. So they're trapped in this room, locked in, and or they're not trapped, but they're locked. They lock themselves in, and Jesus is like, "No, you got to go. It's time to start."
And he's prepared them for that.
He has.
I mean, the full 5-chapter farewell
Yep.
that takes place is planting the seeds for that, laying the foundation for that. I'm going to the Father now, but that's a good thing because now you're going to
Get
do
the
what
advocate.
I did.
Yeah.
As the Father sent me, so I send you. And he's talked with them about the Spirit that will come and will empower them. And now this is it.
Here, they receive the
Breathe
Spirit.
set out on them.
That's right.
So this, in John's Gospel, Pentecost doesn't wait for however many days.
Right.
50 days on our church calendar. I'm not sure how long after that would have been in the book of Acts,
Right.
but there was this delay. They waited in Jerusalem until the power came on them, but here it's the night of the resurrection that Jesus comes back and the Spirit is given and they're commissioned to go.
Absolutely. What a day for these guys. What a rough week end. You know? It's just, they get 2 days off and then they're sent again. And not even a good 2 days off, you know? 2 days off with mourning and sadness. And then, boom, he's back and you got a job to do.
Yep.
Yeah. Very interesting. This is one of my favorite readings, I think, in all of John's Gospel. Especially the Thomasine. I'm a really big
Especially
fan
the
of
way
the
you see that, right?
It's so funny. I don't know why I see it like that, but it's so good. It's wonderful. Yeah.
Well, good. Anything else?
No, that's the first Sunday of Easter.
Second.
Here. Second Sunday of Easter.
Easter Day is the first.
Yeah, we're not counting Easter. It's the first one, but
Yep.
we do count it, so it's the second one. Look at that. Math. We're good at it. He's a little bit better. That's all right.
Yeah, so how does this story impact you? What does it mean that Christ has risen from the dead? What is the mission that you sense God calling you on? Because that life continues, and the Spirit is among us. We're sent to be the presence of Christ in the world now, to reveal the love that Jesus showed us.
Absolutely.
So ponder that. Think about that life. Watch for it. And we'll see you next week.
Bye-bye now.